It's fugitive Australian journalist Shane Dowling from the website kangaroocourtofaustralia.com. Now, I've just published an article on my website and it's titled Justice Lee confirms Bruce Lehrmann is a compulsive liar. Why didn't he sue Brittany Higgins and who's protecting him? And I published it on Sunday, April the 30th, so you can go to my website and you can click on that article and there'll be a lot more information. But I'm about to read you out a few paragraphs from that article. But firstly, I'd like to address two issues I didn't address in the article. And that's some of the false rumours that go around on social media in relation to Bruce Lehrmann. One is Bruce Lehrmann related to Scott Morrison or his wife, Jenny? And also, is Bruce Lehrmann a member of Hillsong? So a lot of people are claiming he's a member of Hillsong, but when you ask people for evidence, they've got none. They just make it up. And there's a lot of lies that continually get made up on a lot of issues on social media. So if they do say something that you're unsure of, you should just ask them, where's the evidence? And if they've got none, well, it's a lie. And that lie that Bruce Lehrmann is related to Scott Morrison's wife, Jenny, well, you ask people for evidence and they've got none. That's just another lie that's been made up. And I've seen someone on social media, on Twitter, doing a family tree, pointing out Bruce Lehrmann was related to Jenny. And when someone else pointed out the fact that that family tree didn't add up and it was clearly bogus, they started doing a family tree showing that Bruce Lehrmann was related to Scott Morrison. So it went from him being related to Jenny Morrison to him being related to Scott Morrison. And when I pointed out that family tree didn't add up, it was clearly bogus, that person blocked me. So there's people telling a lot of lies about a lot of things, not just Bruce Lehrmann. But so ask them for the evidence. If they haven't got it, well, it's a lie. But back to the article, I'm going to read you out the first few paragraphs of it. Now, in that article, I start off, Bruce Lehrmann had a big win in court on Friday, 28th of the 4th, 23, because in an extremely strange judgment, Justice Michael Lee made a finding of fact that Bruce Lehrmann is a liar, yet Justice Lee still found in Lehrmann's favour. Be that as it may, the judgment is almost certain to turn out to be a poisoned chalice, as Justice Lee flagged forcing Lehrmann to file an affidavit with his version of events surrounding the alleged rape of Brittany Higgins. In this article, I will try to address two key questions the public have been asking. One, why hasn't Lehrmann sued Brittany Higgins for defamation? And two, who's protecting Lehrmann? Bruce Lehrmann has spent the last couple of years avoiding giving a sworn account of the alleged rape, so being forced to do so in an affidavit might mean he decides to discontinue his defamation cases. But then again, Lehrmann might believe he has nothing to lose and decide to run the gauntlet. In Bruce Lehrmann's affidavit and in the witness stand under oath at November's scheduled final hearing, Lehrmann will have to explain some evidence that was tendered in court at the rape trial, which I think can't be justified. For example, why Lehrmann told the Australian Federal Police he went back to Parliament House to do some urgent work, but then he told his boss he went back to Parliament House to keep on drinking alcohol. His boss gave evidence at the rape trial that there was no urgent work to do and there was no alcohol in the office. Now, if you go on to read that article on my website, I'll outline Justice Lee's judgment and I'll have a quote from a specific paragraph where he says Lehrmann was lying, etc. So it's well worth reading that article. But I'll skip to the two of the key questions I tried to answer in that article. Why didn't he sue Brittany Higgins? That's Lehrmann. Bruce Lehrmann hasn't sued Brittany Higgins because he knew she would defend it using the truth defence. When Lehrmann and his ambulance-chasing lawyers instituted defamation proceedings against Network 10, Lisa Wilkinson, News Life Media, which is owned by News Corp, and Samantha Maiden, it was just after the rape trial had been discontinued to protect Brittany Higgins' mental health. So Lehrmann and his lawyers weren't expecting the respondents to be able to run the truth defence because they thought Brittany Higgins wouldn't give evidence, which would greatly undermine the respondents' ability to use the truth defence. But Brittany Higgins has agreed to give evidence to support the truth defence, and the reality is she had little choice because if she refused to do so, Lehrmann won the defamation case. Lehrmann and others would accuse Higgins of being a liar for the rest of her life. Lehrmann and his lawyers bit off more than they could chew, and now they're busy chewing like hell, trying to work their way out of the mess they've created for themselves. The writing was on the wall for Lehrmann to see, but he was blinded by the dollar signs. As his law firm Mark O'Brien Legal are the same clowns that helped Ben Robert Smith dig a hole for himself, halfway to China that he can never get out of. And then I go on to address who's protecting Bruce Lehrmann. There's no secret person protecting Lehrmann. The Liberal Party wanted the alleged rape swept under the carpet because it happened only a couple of months before the 2019 federal election, and they thought it'd be bad for votes. Brittany Higgins had said she felt pressured not to follow through with the complaint to the police, which she initially made, then dropped. The concealment of a crime is a crime in itself. So at this point, if the rape allegation was true, numerous Liberal Party staff and politicians, and likely former Prime Minister Scott Morrison, were guilty of the concealment of a serious indictable offence. If Lehrmann was found guilty of rape, it would have been easy to charge others based on the public evidence we know about the cover-up. With the concealment, which gave numerous politicians incentive to try and make sure Lehrmann was never charged, and after he was charged that he got off. The cover-up has spiralled out of control, and hence the ACT police cover-up inquiry that starts public hearings on Monday. It was meant to start the 1st of the 5th. Now it's been adjourned to the 8th of the 5th. And the likely NACC inquiry, which is the National Anti-Corruption Commission inquiry, which has already started at the Australian Commission for Law Enforcement Integrity, as outlined in my previous article. Bruce Lehrmann would have thought he had a big win on Friday, but I think he would have been better off losing and cutting his losses now instead of later, as I can't see him winning the defamation cases. So that's where the matter's currently at. The defamation proceedings are going to go forward. You can add the ABC. Lehrmann started suing the ABC. It looks like that'll be added to the same matter. Well, not add to the same matter, but it'll be heard together, and there'll be one final hearing against ABC, Channel 10 and News Corp, which should be heard in November at this stage. I'll obviously follow up on that, and I'll also be following up on the ACT inquiry. I'll be following that fairly closely. So if you watch my social media accounts, you'll be able to see my reporting on that. In Kangaroo Court of Australia's independent media, I publish a website, YouTube channel, Facebook page, and Twitter account, and I'm reliant on donations to keep on publishing. So please support my Patreon account. You'll find the link below this video on YouTube and also on my website. I'm currently sitting on 222 supporters, donating $1,418 a month. You can donate any amount, $3, $5, $10, $15, $20, whatever suits your budget. It all helps out. And please share this video on Facebook and Twitter, etc. Thank you for your time and have a good day.